I would like to introduce our next awardee. This award goes to a man who won't compromise his morals for anything. Nothing. So much so, he sacrificed his career, his safety, and his family for what he believed in. Enes Kanter Freedom began to speak out against the Turkish President Erdogan in light of a corruption scandal. What started off, which was a simple tweet, sparked so much outrage, and his entire family was punished as a result. Despite these consequences for calling out wrongdoings, Enes never stopped. Since then, he has been a voice for so many different groups being oppressed, most famously speaking out against the Chinese dictatorship. After 11 very successful years in the NBA, Enes found himself at a crossroads choosing between his career as an NBA player or speaking out as a human rights activist. Spoiler alert, he chose the activism. So since then, he has been traveling the world, building bridges between people from all different backgrounds, ethnicities, and religions, trying to build this bridge through basketball. He was also recognized for his activism with many, many awards, including this amazing award, and he is now a Nobel Peace Prize nominee. Yes. Well-deserved is an understatement. Let's give a big round of applause for Enes Kanter Freedom.
Okay, it's always a problem. Way better. Okay, first of all, I'm really honored to be here. Thank you guys for inviting me. I promised to speak around the 4 to 5 minutes, but I might just keep a little longer than 5 minutes. Yeah, because I have this story that I wanted to share with you guys, which I shared with this, I believe it was a week ago with some of my friends, but I wanted to share with you guys too. I born in Switzerland and I grew up in Turkey. And I remember when I was growing up, my country, Turkey, was actually going through some very tough times politically. So if you are a politician in my country, the first thing you do, if you want to be elected again, right, you attack America and you attack Israel, unfortunately. And the base is so uneducated and they are just following what the politician says, and that is breaking my heart. So I remember one night, I actually told this story before, so one night I went downstairs to play with my friends. I was 8 years old. And I went downstairs, and what I seen, that day what really broke my heart, and I was just shocked. I remember my friends were actually burning American flags. They were burning Israeli flags. They were breaking crosses. And I told them, I was like, guys, what are you doing? They said, well, that's what we seen on TV. And they actually gave me a flag to burn it too. And I got so scared, I actually threw the flag down and I ran upstairs to my mom. I was like, Mom, my friends are telling me to hate America, hate Jewish people, hate Israel, they're bad, blah, blah, right? What do? My mom said something that I can never forget till this day. They said, I'm not gonna, tell you what to do, but do not hate anyone before you meet him. So, thank you. So, when I was 17, I decided to come to America for the first time. And I remember I'm so nervous because the first time I'm leaving my home, leaving Turkey, leaving my family. I remember my plane landed for the first time and I just didn't know what to expect. I remember, talking to some of my friends actually, they asked me to go to a mosque and they tell me to go get some halal food, and I was just very confused. I was like, why are they so nice to me? Because think about it, the last 17 years I grew up in an area where they keep telling me to hate America, hate the West, hate Jewish people, right? So I was just like, it was very confusing for me. If you actually know some of you guys in some of the countries in Middle East, and if you are in a school, if you're a student, for one of the classes, there are flags. There are American flag and there are Israeli flag. And if you're a student and if you don't step on those flags, then you are not allowed to attend the classes. That's how crazy that is. And I grew up in an area like that. So I remember meeting with my first American Jewish friend for the first time. And he was so nice to me. First of all, he didn't tell me he was Jewish. He told me that later he was Jewish. He invited me over for a Shabbat dinner. I actually called my friend, Turkish friend who lives in America, and I was like, if you don't hear from me for the next 2 hours, call the police. You know, it was this, because think about the crazy, like the last, right, 17 years I grew up in an area like that. So I went to, my friend's house. We had an amazing dinner. I was like, the food is the same. Obviously, do you guys keep it kosher? It was like, I can eat this food. The music is the same. The dances are the same. And then why this fight? So I remember meeting with, I was playing for Boston Celtics. I met with the Consul General of Boston. And he invited me for Holocaust Remembrance Day. And I went there, and I remember, having a conversation with him and stuff. And I remember while we were talking, there was this like lady in a wheelchair. She came to me. She looked up. She was like, I've never seen a Jew this tall before. I was like, ma'am, you are so sweet, but I'm not Jewish. And she said, what are you? I said, I'm Muslim. Then she said, why are you here? She said, I'm here to learn. And later on, I learned that she was a Holocaust survivor. And she started tearing up. But what I learned that day, I was like, this is just crazy. And I feel like we have not only Jewish people, but every human on this planet that needs to do something to this, so it won't happen again, So I come up with this crazy idea. I was like, clap it. Yeah, of course. So I was like, let's use basketball as a tool to bring people together. So I set up this basketball camp in Israel, and obviously a lot of people call me crazy because it's a Muslim guy that was organizing a basketball camp in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv and Haifa. It was the wildest thing. So I went there and we had the best basketball camp ever. The Israelis came, the Palestinians came, the Jewish people, Christian people, Muslim people came. We had the most amazing time. And I remember there was this one little girl. She was from Palestine. And first she did not want to come to the basketball camp because she said, oh, it's in Israel. I don't want to go there and all that stuff. Then she heard that I'm going, right? So and then she said, okay, I'm just going to give it only one practice. She ended up staying for 2 weeks. And she, after a week, she apologized actually for one of her teammates and coaches and said, you know what, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I had the best time here. So what I'm trying to say is I feel like we have, a lot of differences, different colors, different backgrounds, different religions, and all the different cultures and stuff. I think what we need to do is we need to leave our differences on the table and try to find what we have in common. So we have to... So we have to do whatever we can because we only have one world to live. Till one of those crazy billionaires find another planet to live, this world is what we have. So we need to make this world better together. So with that being said, I'm so honored and amazed to have this beautiful award. Thank you guys so much. And also the last thing I want to say, there are so many people behind this curtain that have to make this beautiful organize happen. So I want to thank them too. I want to thank Algemeiner family and everyone. So just enjoy your night. I appreciate that. Thank you. Peace out.